22 years old, died from not being able to get his asthma med, from a pharmacy, Walgreens, I believe. And I actually recorded the video that is coming up a couple of days ago. And my voice was I was in shock. So my voice actually is really down. Sorry for that. And I actually want to send my condolences to his parents, Shannon and Bill, that are now suing, by the way, because this young man just wanted his asthma medication, got to the pharmacy, only to be told that the price has changed from $66 to $540, which is ridiculous. I do believe that if you get into a pharmacy and this sort of situation do happen, I do believe it's just fair for the pharmacy to actually at least help you with one dose, to just keep you alive, to keep your airway to be able to actually still receive that oxygen. I think that's the minimum that should be done. Today, Shannon and Bill, the parents, are fighting. They're not only suing, but they're fighting the government for better care for the people. Because it's just crazy how meds can cost $540 when the same meds can actually be found in Europe and other places for $22 literally. Again, I just wanted to take the time to add this to the video because I've really been touched by this story, and sorry for the tone of my voice throughout the video, because between being angry and sad, and I just wanted to add this part again. We're thinking about Cole. May he continue resting in peace. May he continue to rest in peace. May he continue to rest in peace. Today, sad story. I've seen a video today. Today is June 5th, 2025. And the video came out on NBC News on apparently June 3rd. I have not seen it. Because the title of the video that I am going to react to is called 22-year-old unalived by being unable to afford asthma inhaler. First off, it does not say the word unalived, but just for YouTube to not come after me, I don't say the word that starts with a D. So that is actually what it is. So it's not unalive. So I'm going to say pass. Okay, let's say pass. 22-year-old pass after being unable to afford asthma inhaler. I'm shocked. I have a lot of people in my family that are asthmatic. I consider myself a lucky person on some things in life, and I'm going to actually come back on that. But I, for the life of me, do not understand on this planet in 2025 that meds are actually that crazy. A little summary. His med was $66. They changed the price to over $500. He didn't know that. He got to the pharmacy, got shocked by the price, couldn't afford it, and passed. So before we get into it, let me actually greet you. Hello, welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's fine, doing good, doing okay, being safe, able to afford meds. I hope you like the video. Subscribe, share, and give me your opinion in the comment section. But I'm just always shocked. And before we continue, I would also like to direct you to another YouTuber, well, a doctor, Dr. Mike, who did a video 4 days ago named Doctor React to RFK's Junior Health Claim. The video is 26 minutes long and already has 1.6 million views. And in the video, he just goes for it. The lies that RFK is actually always saying, the fact that it's against the jab, because I can't say the V word either, the fact that he doesn't even know, this is the boss of the CDC now, and he doesn't even understand that the CDC and all these other establishment actually, before a jab actually makes it to the public, they all tested multiple times. Sometimes they're even tested on other people, not even humans. They're tested someplace and then they're tested on human, and then they're placebos test, and there's so many tests before medicine or jabs get onto the market. And this guy believes that there are not enough tests. They're not for him. At some point, when you listen to him, RFK, you feel like he doesn't even know they're actually testing. He thinks that maybe just pull it out and just get it to the people. So please, if you can, go watch that video and go subscribe to Dr. Mike. Having that said, let's come back to our video. So I'm going to play that video a little bit.
Cole Schmitnick only lives in his parents Bill and Shannon's memories.
This was Thanksgiving.
Dead at 22 because of his asthma, something they say never should have happened.
Cole went for a routine refill on his Advair, and when he got to that pharmacy counter, he learned that it was going to cost him over $500, and that was a shock to him.
Cole had insurance through his Wisconsin employer. What he didn't know, his parents say, is that Optum Rx, the pharmacy benefit manager for his plan, changed its list of covered drugs. The preventative Advair discus inhaler he had used for years cost Cole no more than $66.86. Suddenly, its price tag over $539. Unable to afford it, Cole's parents say he would pay with his life.
I'm going to leave the picture of this young man as I'm so shocked. As you know, I'm over 40. I literally know people from my family who actually take these meds. Most of the people I know who actually uses these meds, thank God, they don't live in America. I have this thing where, again, luckily not for me, I'm not rich, but I try to go to my different countries every year and make sure that, I spend a little bit always time with people. Obviously, when you have multiple passports, it also costs a little less to actually go and see family members. So I know that med. I'm not asthmatic myself, but I know this med. I've seen it. I even actually called some of the people before I record this video, and they told me how much it costs. In a country in Africa, I believe it costs around 80, and you're not reimbursed. This is when you don't have medical aid. So it's full price 80 for the exact one that this gentleman needed. And then if you go to the internet, and I'm going to put this is a French Pharmanity.com. So this is a French thingy. This is one of the French pharmacies. It costs $22. You can get 65% back if you pay. So if you actually are on a medical plan, they're going to give you 65% back, but it costs €22, which is $25, but it costs around that. Those are the prices again down here. 23, the one with the highest dose, and the one with the highest dose costs like €23, and 24 down here, and you can recollect 25% with your plan. So you actually pay for it full price, and then you actually file and you get a return back of $65. In Spain, I'm not going to show because it costs even less than that, because usually meds in Spain actually cost a little bit less than France and UK. The people who make the medicine around the world, they work together, because it might not have exactly the same name, so it's not the same brand, it might not have exactly the same name, blah blah blah, but it's the same molecule. They gotta work together to actually make sure that it's the same molecule. So when you don't find one that was prescribed from your doctor, you can call up your doctor and be like, they don't have X, but they have Y, and it's the same molecule. And then your doctor will say, yes, you should get that instead of blah, blah, blah. Because sometimes it happens that the doctor prescribes something, and when you get to the pharmacy, they don't have exactly the one, etc. But the thing is, the reason that I'm actually showing you European price and not, I also have family in Africa and not African price. I'm not showing you Canadian or Mexican prices. I'm sure you can find it. It's because at some point in the beginning of the year, there was even a couple that showed that they usually used to go across the border, the southern border, to Mexico to actually get their meds there because it's cheaper. It's fairer because the price to make the medicine is the same pretty much everywhere. They come from the same place. They are produced from the same people, usually in India and stuff, but it's produced by the same people. But the name changes because, if you're ordering for yourself, you'll put the name that you want to sell it under. They'll put the name that you want on it. I know a lot of people who used to go to Canada when I was living there to get their meds because, once again, it's cheaper. But rich people don't like you. This is not even a left-right thing. Rich people don't like you. What happened? A couple of months ago, we actually had Biden and Kamala. Sorry, I always actually not know how to pronounce that name. I remember that story where they were telling us that they were trying to make, a lot of meds, asthma, diabetic meds cost way lower than before. What happened to that? What happened to that decision? So now maybe they did that, and people that are supposed to cover our meds.
Kohl's Optum Rx PBM stopped covering Advair Diskus at the start of 2024, offering what it says were several less expensive but therapeutically equivalent asthma medications. In a lawsuit filed against Optum Rx and Walgreens, where Kohl went for the refill, Kohl's parents said their son did not get the required 30 days notice of the change. His doctor wasn't contacted, and that the pharmacy never provided Kohl with any more affordable workarounds. Kohl's parents say he left with only an inhaler for emergencies.
It was empty at his house next to his bed.
I'm not even surprised about that. They don't care. They care about bringing in money. All these big places that belongs to billionaires, they don't care. And I'm sure in the title they always like, we care about you. No, they don't. They care about your money. They want your money. They'll be ready to lie. I'm sure at the end of it all, they're just going to settle with these people. And obviously when you settle, you're not getting your son back. 22 years old, you're not getting your son back. Unfortunately, this is what it is. Again, I keep saying I'm lucky because I know a little bit of myself. When I don't, I literally try to avoid to go anywhere unless it's an emergency. I literally try to avoid going to the hospital for anything. When I can, I travel, and I've seen it crazy before. I've actually had a bad experience before, because before living here, I came at some point, I needed something, and because I didn't have the prescription, they were like, no, you don't. Even if you don't have a prescription for a medicine like this on you and you're asthmatic, they're not going to give anything. They'll look at you, you will get unalive in their store, and they will just look at you. So it was not for asthma. Again, I'm not asthmatic, but this is really dangerous, and people have to really, 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 first off, get this person out of office, RFK, and secondly, we need to actually talk about this, because I understand people want to make money, people want to be rich, we all want that, but at what cost? And it shouldn't cost us our health. It should not cost us for a medicine that literally is sold before return in Europe around $25. Not only to buy it here with coverage at $66 before, and now $540. For the life of me, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm so shocked, but I just wanted to make this video. So sorry for my I'm speaking in a way today that is just crazy, but I am shocked. When I see stories like this, I'm just like, wow. I know we all love money, fine. But at that stage, this is just a rock pool. It's like a pump and dump. I don't know if they're trying to clear the planet, because they're like, well, if you can't afford it, you're not a billionaire, you're gonna get unalive. We don't care, because this is what I feel. For diseases such as, again, diabetes, hypertension, asthma, they're just those kind of diseases that we should not be paying too much for meds. It's crazy. Anyway, do not forget to like, subscribe, share, and tell me what to think in the comment section. Faceless out. Ciao, ciao.